Welcome back to WRPL. It's the podcast where we talk about all the things we were watching, reading, playing, and listening to. My name's Ben.
And I'm Steve.
What's up, Steve?
Not much, Ben. Excited to be back with you and talk about stuff.
Yeah, we didn't record last week. Fuck, man, your microphone looks like shit. Yeah, we didn't record last week. We had other engagements, more important things. But this week, we are finally catching up on Alien Earth. I know I said we were going to do it week to week, but, shit happens.
Yep.
So that's our main topic. Steve wasn't able to see any of the new releases. I know he was begging to see Strangers Chapter 2.
Couldn't wait, but I guess I'll have to.
So,
forever.
Yeah, me too. God, I give lots of horror movies chances. I saw Megan 2.0. I knew that was going to be a bad movie, but I refuse to give any more money to that Strangers franchise. That was such a bad opening. And apparently this one's just as bad. So you'd think they would learn, retool it, reshoot some stuff, but no, I guess not.
Did you see the Rotten Tomatoes for it? What's it?
I don't know what it's sitting, but I could pull that up really quick. Let's take a guess. I'm going to say 27.
I'm going to say 38.
38, okay.
Way low. 18%.
Oh, I was thinking around 17, but...
It has a 58% audience score, but 18% critic score.
Yeah, it was, okay, well...
But Gabby's Dollhouse, the movie, is sitting at a nice 80%.
I read a thing about people saying there's some dark, scary things in that, and children are, leaving the theater crying.
Gabby's Dollhouse?
In Gabby's Dollhouse. So I've never heard of Gabby's Dollhouse, except for there's a trailer before every movie that I see, and then they do a freeze frame, get your special gift card of Gabby's Dollhouse, and it's Kristen Wiig is the bad guy. What are you doing in this? But anywho, we got lots to talk about. We're gonna roll first. I got some news. There's things going on, so go ahead and roll, Steve.
11.
Okay. All right. Here I go with a 6.
That is a 1, my friend.
Are you fucking...
Nat 1.
Jesus Christ. Okay, well,
I got modifiers in there, buddy.
Let me just start with the news. We'll get all that out of the way, and then you can bore us with whatever book you're reading. All right. First up, we are a week late, but Robert Redford has died at 89. Great innings, but R.I.P.
Shout out Butch Cat. Was he the Sundance Kid? Probably the Sundance Kid.
You're asking the wrong guy. But in tons of stuff like Avengers Endgame. That's what I know him from. But
Winter Soldier.
Was it All the President's Men? No.
He did some president thing.
We are not the people to be talking about Robert Redford, but...
He was also in, I think, Peach Dragon, wasn't he?
Okay, he was on that boat. Robert Redford alone on a boat.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Alone on a boat. I'm
pretty sure I saw it. I thought it was pretty solid.
Yeah.
Was he in Endgame?
He was just. Was it Endgame? Yeah, it's when they go back in time to get the box and Loki steals it. He's in that. He just walks in and goes arrest that man because he was in, Civil War. No, was it Civil War? Or was it Winter Soldier? Well, yeah, it was Winter Soldier. Yeah, came out of retirement to do Endgame. But
smart move because it made him, I'm sure,
$20,000 at least for one scene that he's in. He probably got paid a day rate.
If he's getting residuals, it would be one of those things you'd be getting residuals for the rest of your life, but never mind.
Let's see. R.I.P. A couple of trailers. We got the Anaconda trailer. I know we talked about it a little bit. We're both relatively excited, or at least think it'll be fun.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I'm excited, but I wasn't, when I saw Jack Black and Paul Rudd starring in Anaconda, I was like, this has to be fucking garbage.
Yeah.
And I saw the trailer and I was like, no, what? It looks like it might be kind of a good time. Turn your brain off, don't worry about story, just kind of enjoy a stupid snake movie.
Yeah.
It might be okay.
Yeah. And we also got the first trailer for the Wolverine game.
Yeah.
So this is pretty much what I expected when it comes to the combat and the blood and guts.
Mm-hmm.
And it all looks great. No complaints. I just need to see some in-game traversal. Is it open world? Is it level based? Is it
I mean, judging from the trailers, my theory is it's more Uncharted than Spider-Man.
Yes.
And I think that like kind of makes sense where you have Wolverine and he is kind of this badass solo act. Is my mic going all over the place?
It's really low for some reason.
Just have to bump me up in post.
It takes so long to do that every time you open your mouth. Anywho, Wolverine.
But it's from Insomniac, and they did such a great job with the Spider-Man games. I hope that they can recreate that magic with, just as a beloved character.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the yeah? So I'm excited. I'd like to see maybe just 10 minutes of gameplay.
Yes.
Just a snippet, just so I can kind of see like how it really functions. I mean, the game is a year away, and I wouldn't be surprised if 3 months from now, like, oh, we got to push it back to really clean things up.
Yeah.
Whatever. So I'm never like, oh, we don't have to wait a year. It'll be out when it's out.
Mm-hmm.
But we know Mystique's in it.
Yeah.
And we know Sentinels are in it to some degree. It seems like he's mostly fighting like soldiers, but I guarantee like we're gonna see some. I don't think we're gonna see a bunch of the X-Men show up.
You never know. In the X-Men Origins Wolverine game, a bunch of them show up, so...
Sure, but I think if you're doing, like, a Wolverine game, you're gonna, like... I imagine, at least for the first one, it's gonna be very Wolverine-focused.
Sure.
And as long as the story's good, I'm pretty much in. But I think I could see one member of the X-Men show up for, like, a big fight sequence or something like that. And he's like, thanks, bub, and then they fuck off because they gotta get back to the X mansion.
Mm-hmm. And we also don't know the time frame that this happens. This can be pre any X-Men.
Yeah. See, I don't see... There was somebody who I saw online talk about they would love to do... Oh, do you know... Fuck. What's his name? Like Corey or Cody or... Doesn't matter. Anyway, he was on Screen Junkies a bunch, doing like movie fights, but he was on some podcast he was talking about how he would love to do an X-Men TV show where like each season was a different decade that follows like Wolverine's life. And like the game would be such an easy thing to do of just like, okay, here's Logan's journey, and we can jump back in time and see all this cool stuff. So like, maybe we'll see some of that. That'd be real fun.
That makes sense.
But they're only showing us like the back half of the game because like that's like the modern stuff. They want to surprise you with like, oh no, the first like 4 hours of this game takes place in feudal Japan or whatever.
Yeah, or breaking out of the Weapon X facility.
Yeah. So I mean, we'll see. I'm optimistic.
Sure. And I think Omega Red is in that trailer. So.
Okay.
Or it could just be, they do that a lot in video games where you're going to fight Omega Red, or you fight him first, and then they have a bunch of like kind of mini Omega Reds in the game as just normal bosses. Now that you fought the big one, you got to have to fight him in game as you go. I could see that happening.
So the only other thing I'll say is I want to know how they do like the damage death system, because I would love it if like you're in a fight with a bunch of guys with guns, you take enough damage, you're like dead, and then you just like pop back up from the same spot you died because you like can't actually die.
Yeah,
I think that'd be like a fun use of that ability. Like your game kind of saves when you die, but you just come back for exactly where you were. Like you just jump back into the fight.
Yeah,
which like may kind of, or I don't know how you do that without it seeming like you're kind of undercutting. Because now you can't really lose, but if we're being accurate, like Wolverine wouldn't die unless you go like, oh no, they have adamantium bullets. You took enough damage, you're dead, and now you just restart that level. That probably makes more sense.
I could see it happening, but I could see there being issues where you're dying during this boss fight. If we don't restart it from certain designated checkpoints, that may be hard, hardware wise.
Well, I feel like for boss fights, it would be the easiest thing to do because you would get defeated by the boss, and then you would wake back up, and the fight would be from the very beginning of the boss fight.
Sure.
But it's like, oh, you want to go again? Blah.
Yeah.
And then you just
But
you
it's
just have
not
that
like
dialogue to go.
you're not in the second branch of it, die, and you're still in the second branch. You start back at the beginning of the beginning of the second branch, not right in the thick of it.
I mean, unless it's one of those like final bosses, you know how some games like,
Yeah.
oh, the final boss, you're used to like 2 stage fights. This one has 5. Fucking don't take me back to the first stage.
Yeah.
You take me back to where I like last fought him. But we're ahead of ourselves.
But yeah, it looks fun. You know, it'll probably be a day one pickup for me. And then my last thing I want to bring up.
I'll borrow when you're done.
All right, hey, that's only fair.
I'll probably buy it.
I want to talk a little bit about some food at our favorite place, Taco Bell.
Ooh.
There is a food back for their Y2K menu. Like they got a Crunchwrap Supreme, some 7-layer burrito, the caramel apple empanada. You know, they got a bunch of shit back that I don't care about. But they got something back that I haven't had since I lived in Nebraska. And it seemed like it was just like a Nebraska only thing, because as soon as I left, I couldn't find it anywhere. It's kind of like the McDonald's spicy McChicken. When I moved here, I ordered one and they're like, what the fuck is that? What's a spicy McChicken? Like, it's a spicy McChicken. I don't know how else to describe it. Like, that's not a thing. So, and when you are in Nebraska, that Midwest is generally a test market for a lot of things. You know, we got Surge, you know, a year before everybody else had Surge. Lots of stuff. Taco Bell tested out fries years ago.
Like Surge?
Yeah, I like Surge. Okay. Surge is good. Taco Bell had fries for a couple of months, but they were just like regular crinkle cut. There was nothing special about them. You didn't get a side of nacho cheese. Like they needed to test
Taco
out.
Bell fries are delicious.
Amazing. One of the best.
Yep.
But so now they got back on their menu the chili cheese burrito.
Oh.
Have you had a chili cheese burrito?
I have not.
It's not the most aesthetically pleasing one.
Most chili-based things aren't.
It's just like a, you know, diarrhea diaper. And it's just like so liquidy, you could just like slurp the whole thing out instantly. And it's probably too expensive at I think it's $3.99. You know,
okay.
It's not their biggest burrito either. This was $2.99 would be like fine. $1.99 is really where the value is. Next time you go, you get one. Do you like sour cream?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not like a sour cream enthusiast.
No, but
if it's on there, it won't upset me.
Okay, you don't ask for it off.
Yeah.
Okay. Chili cheese burrito, add sour cream, amazing. I don't want
to add the sour cream.
Yes, you do have to add the sour cream.
Got it.
Because it is just a chili cheese slop and some shredded cheese, and that's about it. It's great. It's kind of like was my thing I'd always get at every Taco Bell until it just disappeared. So
now is it whenever you go, it's going to be the thing you pick up every time you go?
It's hard because when I go, I want to get the box, get the most for my value, and I don't need anything more. That's it's
the perfect meal.
It's amazing. I could probably take like half that 5-layer burrito, and that'd be the perfect amount. I kind of gorge myself with the second half.
Yeah.
So adding another burrito.
$9 one. Or
the $7.
Me too.
Yeah.
Okay.
The $9 one is bullshit.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, here's the new hotness, but you get less food for the value. And it's like, okay, those 2 street chalupa quesadilla, whatever they are, that's not worth it to get less food. The $7.
You said that like the $5 boxes that we got for years don't exist anymore. But the $7 one, it's still I think a pretty solid value, and I like everything.
Everything in it is some of the best. I substitute the chicken for steak now.
Okay.
It's only 10 cents more, and I think their steak is so much better than their chicken, especially in a chalupa.
Fair enough.
Yeah, all right, cool. Let's get to our shit. Now that we have 15 minutes of wasted bullshit, let's go.
That's always the best stuff. Do you want to go first or want me to go first?
You won the dice roll.
Oh, yeah, that's right. So I watched a movie from the 80s? 70s?
Okay.
Hang on. Let me just double check here. 1977. I watched a movie with my son and my wife It's the first movie he's ever watched, like
Okay.
all the way through.
Okay.
We're not big let him watch a bunch of stuff, but we're like,
Mm.
this might be a nice thing. We watched The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, the original Winnie the Pooh movie.
Oh, okay.
Only an hour and 14 minutes. We weren't sure if he would sit all the way through it. He did. He got a little bit antsy at times, but
Mm-hmm.
you definitely don't see this kind of quote unquote movie get made anymore. But my wife was really into it because it's just so calm. It's not like flashy. There's not a bunch of animation going on. Like it's basically just like a still picture with Winnie the Pooh in motion. Like
Mm-hmm.
you're only focused on the one thing that's moving at the time. And it's not really like a movie. It's just small like episodes that equal a movie.
Okay.
And they kind of jump around between characters. Like this one is the Pooh and Rabbit story, and then here's the Rabbit and Roo story. Here's Tigger and Eeyore. Like it's just little episodes that have come
Mm-hmm.
together to make a movie. But they're all like cute, and I think like it's nothing I'd say it's a must watch. But I think the animation still holds up really well, and it's just like sweet and nice and adorable. And I was never like a Winnie the Pooh kid.
No.
I never knew the lore. Got like my first real experience with Winnie the Pooh was playing Kingdom Hearts, where you could like jump into the book, and so like
Okay.
I knew those characters,
Yeah.
but I didn't. I didn't grow up on Winnie the Pooh or anything. I've never cared about this franchise, this IP.
Mm-hmm.
But it was real sweet and nice, and I had a good time. Would recommend it for parents and your kids. Who I'm sure are like, yeah, dude, we've been slinging Winnie the Pooh for
We've been slinging poo for
yeah,
years.
we've been slinging Pooh for ages. But yeah, it was nice.
That's what fans of they're called poo slingers.
Bruce Sanders, yeah. And there was a couple jokes that made me laugh. There was my favorite joke in it was Piglet put like a message in a bottle because he was drifting away. And so he threw it in the water, so hopefully his friends would find it. And they find the note, and it was like it had Piglet's stutter like written out onto it. It was just like it was like please help me. And then under the name, it just said me, and it was just like this dumb little note. I was like, that's like a modern day joke. That I
Yeah,
really, really
that's good.
But yeah, I mean, it's not an hilarious joke I'm gonna throw a ride or anything, but it is just like nice and peaceful and calm. And so,
I remember, wasn't it? We were working at the theater, and a Pooh movie came out.
that's right. I did see the 2011
Yeah,
one.
and
The 2011 one was really good.
everyone was all about that.
I forgot about the 2011.
Yeah.
Yeah. That movie is. I don't really remember it. I just remember coming out and going like, "Man, that was actually pretty good." That movie is also like an hour and 7 minutes.
Yeah, you those poo slingers can't really stay in their seat. Yeah, I've been seeing on like TikTok and stuff the clip of them in a hole, and Piglet needs to like tie knots to get him, and like, can you not? And like, can I not what? And like, not. No, I cannot not. Yeah, it's a pretty fun joke. Okay, I watched 2 movies that I didn't really care for. I'll talk about them real quick.
Okay.
One is called Climax by Gaspar Noé. He did Irreversible. It's kind of a polarizing,
Void, right?
Yeah, The Void.
Okay.
He's a polarizing director. Like nasty stuff in his things. And so the basic premise of this is a dance troupe are coming together for like a big practice, and then they start kind of losing their minds, and it starts getting crazy. I was like, oh, cool. That's all I need to know. Relatively short. So it starts with, a couple of tapes of getting to know the characters, and then they're doing this big dance number. It's all like one take. It's really elaborate, very interesting. They're all celebrating. They're drinking this sangria, and I guess someone put some LSD in it. And they all start going a little nutty. And they like one guy, he doesn't drink at all, so they think he must have done it. They kick him out into the snow and lock him out. One woman discover or thinks she's pregnant, and someone thinks she drugged them all, so she beats the shit out of her, and so like she kind of loses the baby. The woman who's putting on this thing, her son accidentally got into it, so he's going nuts, so she locks him in a closet to be safe, but he like touches an electrical panel and dies. And it's like, oh, okay, this is kind of weird. And then they take a break and they do another dance. So, everybody's on drugs, so they're doing a dance. And then they start acting weird to each other again, and then they end it off with a dance. And then that was about it. I thought it was going to get to this cannibalistic sort of orgy of blood and death, but it really never got there. So
Bummer.
kind of a boring movie. But good dancing. Everyone in there is like a dancer in real life, except for what's her name from Quantum of Solace?
Olga.
No, that's someone else. Fuck. She's the only like actress. Is it Olga Kurilenko? Give me a second.
Taskmaster.
Sophia Boutella.
Oh, you're thinking of Kingsman.
I'm thinking of the Mummy, the Tom Cruise Mummy.
Okay.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah. So yeah, wrong person. But
what was that? Zack Snyder space movie.
Oh yeah, Rebel Moon.
Rebel Moon. Yeah. I didn't see it.
Yikes. And then the other, I went to sleep early for some reason, so I woke up really early yesterday, and I had tons of time to pass. So I said, let's watch The Brutalist.
You watched The Brutalist?
I sat and I watched The Brutalist.
Wow.
3.5 hours, probably took me closer to 4.5 because I kept having to pause it to like do something else because this movie is boring. Oh my God. It just goes on and on. 2.5 hours? Cool. You could have cut this down a couple of montages. It did not need to be this long. Good performances, really well shot. I don't care about anything that's going on. I understand like if there's a struggle of being an immigrant coming from a war-torn country, being separated from your wife, being taken advantage of by this really rich dude. But I feel like that's it. And then there's some nice shots of construction. And then, he's also doing heroin. And, his wife is finally here, but she's in a wheelchair. And it just didn't entertain me at all. And the fact that it's not even based on a real guy. It's based on like multiple people and kind of an amalgamated story. So it's like, this is the true story of how these certain buildings got built because of this one architect. Like that could be more entertaining. But this was
not entertaining, more interesting.
More interesting, yes. That's a better way to put it. But yeah, this did not get me at all. I was checking that time so often. Like I've only been an hour into this, and it comes to and they even leave the intermission in. It was on HBO, so it's like, okay, cool. That knocks down a couple of minutes.
Now was it just like intermission? Come back? Does it say like come back and?
It doesn't tell you the time.
But is there like an actual 15-minute break or something?
I didn't count it. Since it's on my DVR, I just fast forward it. But yeah, it's the perfect sort of Best Picture nominee, pretentious and up its ass, and just really good performances because I'm Adrian Brody and I look like a Holocaust survivor, and this is I've been nominated twice for movies where I'm a Holocaust survivor. And, like, is that all it is?
I mean, was it South Park that made if you want to win an Oscar, you do a Holocaust movie. Was that Tropic Thunder?
I don't know.
Doesn't matter. Yeah. Anyway.
Your turn.
All right. I'll knock out 2 real quick. I beat a video game, Death's Door. It was a free game on PlayStation Plus like forever ago, and I heard it was like a super like hard game, but I was just like, you know what, let me give it a shot. And there is like some challenge to it. Like there was one boss I fought so many times, and like I had to like go on YouTube to look. I'm like, how the fuck do I beat this guy? Or show me something. But that being said, this game's pretty fucking sweet. You play as a crow who is essentially like a soul reaver in the afterlife, but you have like a desk job. But you like get a weapon, and so your job as a crow is to like collect souls, and I guess like lead them to the afterlife. But like the souls are like you slay monsters and take their souls.
Yeah.
But no one's died in like centuries or something like that because death. That like the game's Death's Door, like death is locked behind this door, but you don't know that until you get to the end of the game because the Lord of Doors had like wanted to. There's like we're getting into lore here, but there's like lords of doors who like they would rule for a while, they would die, and then a new lord would take over, and that's just like the cycle. And but like one lord took over, and it's like, no, what? I don't want to die. I want to rule forever. So he tricks death, locks it behind uh, death's door,
Mm-hmm.
and then no one, then he can't die. But you're tasked with like you help this old crow like open this door because it'll do a thing or whatever. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's the art style is beautiful. It has great music. It's a fun action game because you're just this like cute crow who gets to like slay monsters. It's a little bit challenging, and there's tons of like fun things just like sort of find. Uh, there's like it's not super difficult. It's not like you have to like hold down a bunch of buttons to do combos or anything. It's basically just like attack, heavy attack, and climb or jump or whatever. There's really not that much
Not
to
even
it.
a parry or a roll.
No, there's a roll,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
But it's if you've ever played a game like Tunic, it's essentially Tunic, but where Tunic is like cutesy about a fox. Like the gameplay is essentially the exact same, and like art style is somewhat similar, but Death's Door is just kind of like more dark and gray. I mean, the worlds you go to are colorful, but like the afterlife is like black and white. But I had a fun time with it. It's not a super
Okay.
long game, like 12 hours or less.
Okay.
You can probably get done in 8 if you're not, really traveling, finding secrets and stuff. I definitely had to check YouTube for some things, but other than that, I recommend Death's Door. I don't know how much you would love like fighting some of the bosses because like you maybe just like, no, this is too hard. Fuck it, I'm frustrated. But yeah, it's a good time. So I highly recommend Death's Door.
All right.
All right, my next thing is a TV show. I finished Chief of War. Yeah,
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah.
I was pretty excited about the show because everyone knows I love a good like you know give people swords and battles and it's a like a Game of Thrones but set in colonial Hawaii or whatever. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know if that's the
I don't.
accurate
I don't
term
think
of
you say colonial Hawaii.
yeah, but this is based on real people that there was wars among the islands of Hawaii, and like at this point, white men have already like come to the islands, but they've kicked them out, and but now Jason Momoa's character, he's like this really great warrior, and he is essentially tricked and betrayed, and is believed dead when he like falls off a cliff in the water, but is saved by a passing by ship who take him to like the Philippines, where like white men are all there and they're banging Filipino women and like trading, and it's just like a this hub of like debauchery, and because most of these Jason Momoa's like never seen the outside world of Hawaii, and he's just like they don't believe in God. They're all horrible people. Not just white, but just like
Yeah.
everyone outside of our island is terrible. Like we need to come back. Like they have guns. He like brings guns. He's the person who brought guns to Hawaii
Mm.
in order to help his people defend themselves, and then it just like makes more violence. But it's a good show. It's shot really nice. There's some pretty good performances. Like other than there's only three like famous people in it, and I would say Jason Momoa is famous, and the other two are like, oh, those are actors in things,
Mm-hmm.
like Cliff Curtis and
Okay.
Tamora
Morrison.
Morrison, who everyone knows as Boba Fett.
Um. Actually,
He's
Jango.
not.
Well, no, I mean he is, but he's Jango
Oh,
Fett
Jango
first.
Fett.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I mean he is Boba Fett in Book of Boba Fett, but like who gives a
that's
fuck
what.
about that?
Okay.
He's Jango Fett. He's the clones. He's Captain Rex,
Right, right,
and
right.
then I guess he's Boba Fett as well.
Yeah. So he, those are the three like big actors. A lot of these people are just like first time actors or just like local actors to Hawaii.
Mm.
Like it's like written and directed by Hawaiian people. Most of it is subtitled in the language.
Okay.
So it's a
Does he
really
learn English in the boat ride to the Philippines?
yeah, and
Yeah.
well, like when they come, basically like one guy gets left behind on the island, and then he gets taken. So the one white guy who stays on the island, they like take him in and learn English from him, And then Jason Momoa learns English from the people on the ship, and so that's how like when he gets back, everyone can speak English.
God.
I don't know how accurate that is.
No, that's a television thing.
But it was a smart way of just going like here now they can like hop back and forth and they don't have to do the whole thing.
Yeah.
And, my wife told me the language and I've already forgotten, so I apologize. But it's very cool just to see it. I've never seen like a Hawaiian story about Hawaiian people in this way, and the action sequences are fucking nasty. Like kinda, it's like it feels cheap to like compare it to Apocalypto, but it's kind of that vibe because it's just like basically like you see so many butt cheeks in the show. I mean, it's all dudes' butt cheeks.
Yeah.
Because they didn't want to sexualize the women, so they kind of like changed the historical accuracy of like costuming, so they're not just like flopping out everywhere, which I totally get. But it's very like tribal, for lack of a better term. But like some of their weapons are so nasty, just like basically like what are those knuckle things?
Brass knuckles.
Brass knuckles. Thank you. I don't know why I can think of it. Brass knuckles, but like shark teeth on them, and they have these like big clubs, and just like like they're just slicing people, and you see them slicing people. Jason Momoa is like ripping dudes' jaws off. Like there's like a big final battle in the last episode where some of the kills are just fucking gnarly. In the first episode, he like tackles a guy and puts like a spear like through this, like pinches his skin and puts the like spear through his like back skin, like not to kill him, but just as I've defeated you kind of thing. Like it's not like a thing that's every episode, but like when it happens, it's fucking nasty.
Cool.
So if you like violence, there's plenty of it. There are some story plot lines. I'm like, I don't know if they needed this, and it lends itself to a season 2 and more. Like I'd like to see the show continue, but I wouldn't say it's like a must see TV. I don't think it's going to necessarily win a bunch of Emmys. But I mean, it's shot really well. It's a new story I haven't seen before. It's based on real events and real people, and all that's very interesting. So there's potential for like a great show here. I don't think it reached the heights it wanted to, but I would say it's it's another performance of Jason Momoa's where he's doing his Jason Momoa thing.
Yeah.
He's a big scary warrior type guy, and he's good at it. But I would say it's probably the best version we've seen of him do this, because he has kind of 9 episodes to really like kind of flesh out a character and act and stuff, and I think he does a pretty solid job. It's just most of the time he's just like, we need to fight people, because he is like the guy who's in charge of battle. He's like, these people are bad, we need to kill them. White men are coming, we need to get guns so we can kill them. And everyone's just like, dude, we don't need to kill everybody. And then something bad happens, like, we should listen to you.
Told you.
But yeah, so Chief of War, if you got nothing going on, check it out.
Okay. Did you watch C?
Yeah. We finished season 1, I believe, and then started season 2, and then fell off of it. Like it was another one of those shows where like there's like stuff I really like about it, but I wasn't like super engaged with it at the same time either.
Okay.
So it's a show I would go back to, but I'm not like
itching
for it.
All right. Well, I watched some TV that had some violence as well.
Wonderful.
There is a new Marvel show called Marvel Zombies that
came out?
Yeah, picks up 4 episodes, picks up right after the What If episode of Marvel Zombies, where at the end of that it was T'Challa, Spider-Man, Ant-Man's head with Doctor Strange's cape. I don't know if you remember, he's in a glass thing, flying away, and evil Wanda was controlling all the zombies. So now we get a new group. We get Ironheart, Girl Hawkeye, Kate Bishop, and Kamala Khan.
Okay.
And they are in the zombie apocalypse. They come across this little transmitter thing that's like, oh, we got to get to a shield base and figure out what this is all about. You see Captain Marvel, zombie Captain Marvel fighting like Icarus, just like in the desert. There's like huge carvings out of mountains from their blasts and stuff. But like one's a super powerful zombie, one's a robot, and they just keep going at it over and over and over again. Then we meet up like Oh yeah, that's the first episode. Two of the girls die, and it's just Miss Marvel left. They just get blasted. She comes across Moon Knight Blade, and he decides to like, okay, I know where we can go. In the second episode,
Sorry, Moon Knight and Blade.
no, it's Blade, but Moon Knight died, so Khonshu needed someone else to be Moon Knight, so Blade is now Moon Knight.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, which would probably be cooler if we had a Blade movie,
Oh,
you know?
sure, yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Which they probably were like, maybe.
yeah,
Oh, we're gonna have it by then. Don't worry.
for sure. Um,
Animation takes a long time.
and then like the second episode, it's Shang Chi and Katie, I guess is her name, and then they're in the thick of the zombie apocalypse. It's a really great shot of them just kind of running through the city and everything's going nuts. And his dad shows up with the 10 rings, is helping, but then Shang-Chi gets bit. And so he throws the rings over to him and kind of goes onto his zombie arm and stops the infection. So now he has 5 of the rings and Katie got the other 5. And along with, Randall Park, how he's always that good. He's still alive, Death Dealer's alive. And they are now like we see them going through like a Mad Max world where they're fighting the Skrulls and they're just in these junked out cars using the rings and taking them out. That's really fun. They come
Who's
across
Death Dealer again?
the guy in the kabuki mask from Shang-Chi. Doesn't say anything. They are trying to get to New Asgard, so they go to the raft. Baron Zemo is now in charge of the raft, and it's like, you want to come and be safe on our floating fortress? You got to bring in they bring a bunch of cattle. It's like, okay, cool. Now it's a paradise. Everybody can live there. And oh yeah, we also have Red Guardian and Yelena and some other people, but sure. And then they're crossing the ocean and there's zombie Namor and he controls all the like zombies in the sea and they bust in and start killing a bunch of people. They escape, get to New Asgard, and at first they're just like, no, we don't want you here. But then Khonshu comes out of Moon Knight and they're like, Khonshu, baby, you should have said it was you. Come on in. So they've kind of sealed themselves off from everything. Thor tried to fight Thanos, when like zombie Thanos had the Infinity Gauntlet, and then got like obliterated but survived, and so now he's depressed. Zombie Wanda is there, but she looks normal. Like, hey, I'm just trying to do something. It's a big trick. She made all these Asgardians eat like rotted food, and now they're all zombies. And so then now Thor has to fight zombie Wanda and fight. And then he eventually falls. They got to escape, and they're trying to get into outer space with this little thing because the Nova Corps will come and save us, and they'll be able to cure this. They finally get into outer space, and Nova Corps is already there, and they're like, "Get the fuck back on your planet. You're in quarantine. We're not helping you. You're done." So it all kind of ends. Just annihilate it. Yeah. Earth. They really should. So it all ends up with being like Hulk, who's absorbed all the energy from the Infinity Gauntlet, fighting zombie Wanda and her horde. And it is like, when it comes to bloody, disgusting, amazing action, this show is so fucking cool. Like the shit you see and how nasty they get. Like Hulk just smashes Thor's face in. Like you see his like eyeballs and teeth just like on the ground. It's gnarly. And it's a whole lot of fun, and some of the jokes are a little like, okay, that's not so great, and it still has the same.
Give me a hand, and then he gives them all
but a little bit of that. It still looks like that What If animation, but much better. Like I saw like a flash. Someone was talking about it online, and they were showing clips of that What If episode. And like, ooh, that looks so gross and ugly. And then a clip from this new one, so much better looking. Yeah. It's really great, but it feels like it's too late. This should have came out, before Phase 5. These are all these new characters that we're trying to bring up. I know, like, Blade hasn't gotten his movie. By this time, Ironheart wouldn't have had her show yet, but if things were on the proper schedule, this would have been like a really good in-between sort of event, even if it's not canon. because you're getting your Red Guardian and your Yelena and everybody finally coming together, which they're never able to do because Phase 4 and Phase 5 feels so like floundering.
Yeah.
And now we're just like starting with Secret War and Doomsday and all that, and like, did we actually build to this or not? So it's kind of a missed opportunity that should have been out like a year and a half ago, but still, it's a great watch.
And did they get, because What If came out and they're like, look, we got most of the actual actors back. Do they do that again for this?
Yep, pretty much everyone.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, you got some people like Chadwick Boseman.
Sure.
Can't do that. I don't think Tom Holland does Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure it's everybody else. I mean,
wow.
John Walker is like Zemo's right-hand man, and I'd have to look at the cast, but it seemed like they got pretty much everyone. That's good stuff.
All right. I got 2 more, and then we can do our main.
Okay.
All right. So I watched A Big, Bold, Beautiful Journey. Yeah. I showed my wife the trailer, and she's like, that looks cute. And I was like, okay. We had one day to like go on a date for the first time in a while. So this movie is fine. I don't think it's as bad as everyone seems to be making it out to be, but I get the criticisms. I think that there is like a good movie here, but it kind of just feels like an old school, like something that would have been made in the early like 2000s. But like it's rated R because they say fuck a bunch. This really could have been a PG-13 movie. Probably would have got like some more cash in. It stars Margot Robbie and Colin Farrell, who like I've seen people say like, oh, they have no chemistry in this movie. I don't think they have no chemistry. It's just not like it feels weird that these are the 2 people who are together because Margot Robbie just seems so young and Colin Farrell seems so old, and like how their characters are written, you'd be like, oh, these should be played by like people in their like late 20s, early 30s, which she is, but he's 55 or something like that.
She's getting up there. I mean, there's definitely a gap.
I think she's 33.
Really?
35?
Okay. All right.
She's around my age.
Rub it in.
She's like a kind of the quirky manic pixie dream girl who's like
35.
Yeah, there you go. She's like, you don't want me because I'm a mess, and she says like the whole movie, like that's her whole thing. He's like, why? And she's like, I cheat on everybody, I fuck around or whatever. Like I'm gonna be bad for you, and he's kind of like this hopeless romantic who like. They never say either their ages, so I'm not sure if he's like supposed to be around her age or just like, no, I'm just an older guy and like I haven't found love yet because I fall hard and then
he's 49.
Colin Farrell's 49.
Yeah.
Oh, good for him. And he's just like, and I fall too hard, and then I find something I don't like about them or something, and I doubt myself, and then I push them away. But like what I like about it is they go to this car rental agency, and it's like kind of in a weird. There's only 2 cars. And it's a weird big warehouse. It doesn't look like a car rental agency. Kevin Kline and Phoebe Waller-Bridge were like the people running it.
Okay.
And they kind of have like a weird, silly scene. But then the GPS is just like talking to them, and it's like, "Do you want to go on a big, bold, beautiful journey?" And they're like, "Yeah." And like they go to the middle of the woods, and there's just a door, and they walk through it, and it takes them to the past, or it takes them to a place in modern day that has some sort of significance to them, and you like learn their backstories through these like magical events that they're like. That they kind of acknowledge, going like, "This is crazy, right? This isn't real," and they're like, "I guess not," but they just keep going along with it. And you're just like waiting for them to like fall in love, but they're constantly like, she's constantly like, no, and he's like, well, maybe I do love you, and it's fine. It feels like so many times through this movie there should have been a musical numbers because the whole thing is he's a musical dork and so is she. Like it wants to be a musical, but they're like we can't
afford a composer
or. They pitched it as a musical, and the studio's like, "We'll give you the money, but not musical money. So, like, you want 40 million, we'll give you 20. Okay, well, we'll cut all the musical numbers and then just have this movie.
Okay.
I think there's some like fun visuals in it. It feels very La La Land-esque, but not as fun because La La Land was a musical. So I think there's just like some missed potential here. I think you really should cast different people in the leads. It's fine. So, yeah, that's the Big Bold Beautiful Journey. I think if you just want like a nice movie to put on with your date, something to watch about two people who may or may not fall in love, I won't spoil it for you. But there is some solid stuff in there that I would say, like, yeah, it's worth a watch. But I would I'm never going to watch it again, and definitely not say, like, you have to see it. I'll give it a C.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gen V is back, so pretty happy about that. It's an interesting season because one of the characters has died in real life, and like, what do you do? So they address it for sure. It's a big thing in it, and he just dies in the show trying to escape. At the end of the last season, they were taken away, put in the crazy hospital place, and they just talk about he has magnetic powers, and he was trying to rip a door off, and he gave himself an aneurysm and died. So I'm glad that it was worked into the show. That probably had to be pretty hard for all the actors to deal with as...
Yeah, so was it like they just got somebody who had roughly his...
They don't show it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if they like kind of show it and they digitally put some like his face on a...
They just talk about it because like only some of the people were witness to it, and it's more of just... They just tell.
Sure if there was a like behind his back shot so you couldn't see his face.
Maybe they will do that, but they have not.
Got it.
I'm enjoying this season so far, but it feels like because of his death, we're kind of just back where we started. Mm-hmm. Like we were going to go in this one direction, but that kind of fucks it up, and maybe we can still do it, but let's just do maybe something a little more simple.
Okay.
So they're just back at college. They were let out of the crazy thing as long as they get to play nice. There's no more humans at the college. No, like the last dean or one of the deans was a human and trying to create a virus to kill all superheroes. And so now it's a new dean. It's what's his name? Hamish Linklater?
The guy from Midnight Mass?
Yes.
Who was also in A Big Bold Beautiful Journey.
Good for him.
Yeah, getting work.
New Adventures of Old Christine, Legion, he's working. And he's the dean, and they're like, what's his powers? And like, nobody knows. But he took like the top people of the school who could actually become real superheroes, and now they're in like kind of gladiatorial fighting that they have to do to really kind of hone their powers. They're still trying to unveil the big mystery. It's still just like a good fun show with really violent bursts and gross potty humor. There's a character, they're like at a frat house, like the Deep is like doing pledges stuff, because he would. There's this one guy, his superpower, he must have like a black hole for an ass, because he has like a keg hooked up to his butt and he's just draining it and it crushes down like you crush a beer can, and it's like, haha, isn't that and then someone like bumps him and then he like shits it all out on a bunch of people. And then later there's a fight and they're going through the dorms and you see him butt naked and he's just kind of like bending over and it's like, oh, what was that? And some dude like pops his head out of his butt and just like, I don't know, and goes back in. It's really silly, dumb stuff that they are known for doing. But
what a terrible power.
Yeah, but it's still just
nothing, I guess.
Yeah, I'll take it over nothing. Like there's one girl, she can control her hair, but just her pubes. So it like grows really long and like goes down the hallway and opens a valve. Yeah, it's really stupid. And like they're like, oh, I got the perfect name for you, Bushmaster. And you're like, yes, I love it. So there's just a lot of dumb stuff like that. But
the bad guy from Luke Cage, the second season.
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay.
I think there's a guy called Bushmaster on Tasmania. It's an Australian thing, going out in the bush and into the wild.
So her bush should have like flame power somehow, and then she could be the burning bush.
Okay, yeah, true.
That would be cool.
Yeah, but no, they went with growing hair.
Like, oh, I hate being around it. It smells like burnt hair. Why is that?
Mm-hmm.
Secretly.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a hard show to watch now because, like, watching The Boys as it was going on, like, man, these fascist parallels, they're getting a little too realistic. But at least it's just a TV show, and now it feels like
I'm watching the news.
This is just real life minus the superpowers, and I fucking hate it. So it's harder to watch because of all the social commentary stuff. But still, happy for it to be back.
All right. My last thing. I went and saw our theater's been playing movie classics, like a new movie every day. And there was one that was on the list where I was like, oh, I've never seen that, but I've heard nothing but good things. Let me go check it out. So I watched Cinema Paradiso.
Okay.
And so this is a 1980s film, 88, I believe, about a young boy who kind of is taken under the wing of a projectionist in Italy in the 1950s. And it's considered, one of the great classic pieces of cinema. Won a bunch of awards at the time. And so, I was kind of going, I have a feeling this isn't going to be as good as it's made out to be. Boy, was I wrong. This thing is so fucking good.
Oh.
This might be one of my new favorite movies of all. Not my favorite movie of all time, but it's on the list.
Okay.
Which means you probably hate it.
If there's no superheroes or zombies, I don't like it.
Yeah, it's just This movie made me feel good from start to finish. It is a coming of age story. If you like movies, film, this is for you. If you like, hope and joy and feeling good, this movie's for you. If you want to cry, this movie's for you. It's so well fucking directed. It's crazy. It's not necessarily flashy, but there's multiple shots in this movie. I'm like, damn, that looks good. And it's there's a 2-hour version and a 3-hour version.
Okay.
And I was kind of looking up how long this movie was. On Wikipedia, it says it's 2 hours 48 minutes. On IMDb, it's 2 hours and 54
minutes.
Yeah. On Fandango, it said 2 hours and 12 minutes, something like that. I was like, how fucking long is it? I looked at 3 different websites and they told me 3 different things. But I guess there's a director's version, which is 3, and then there's 2-hour version. But it looks like online, most people agree that the 2-hour version is the best version.
Okay.
Which is great because that's what the one I wanted. But you get to see this boy's kind of whole life told in 3 parts. The older version of himself, you don't really get to see a ton of. But it's a little boy who meets the projectionist, and the projectionist, his little boy's dad died in the war with Russia. I'm not a historian. I don't know what war was going on in the 50s between Italy and Russia. But his dad died, so now this projectionist kind of becomes a father figure for him, and shows him how to run the projector. And then he gets older and he's working at the theater, and he's the projector kid. And it just shows it seems like this whole town, every night, all they do is go to the cinema. And I was watching it, it's so funny now, thinking oh, how people hate going to the movies now because how disruptive it is and shitty people are on their phone. Every time they're playing a movie, this crowd is going fucking wild. Yeah. It made me happy because wow, look at the sense of community that comes together at the movies, and they laugh together, they cry together, they gasp at things. It seems like everyone who went to the theater loved being in the theater. But also, there's kids throwing stuff and playing pranks on adults, and they're all yelling. And if the projector breaks, the people are yelling if you don't put this fucking movie back on, we're gonna beat your ass. To the theater owner. It was a really wild time, and I don't know if there's some nuances to Italy that I'm not aware of, but you don't really need any of that. It's just a good time all the way through, and there was multiple times throughout this movie where I'm just I'm not crying, but I feel oh, there's emotion here. And then it gets to the end, which I had heard oh, it's got one of the best endings, and I really did love the ending. And then right at the end, got a single tear out of me. I was damn, this movie's fucking good, dude. So I recommend this to everyone. I think if you like movies, it is a quintessential must-see movie. But now that I've hyped it up too much, I don't think you'll like it.
Yeah. Well, it's a good thing I don't have MGM Plus, because that seems to be the only place you can watch it for free.
Yeah, I haven't bought a movie in a while, but I think I might buy this one.
Okay. I'll borrow it from you when you're done.
Okay. Yeah, I think that this movie is kind of special. And like a lot of Oscar movies are so like cynical or dark or whatever, heavy-handed. Oh, what Holocaust movies come out this year, or what movie about like
Rape.
an ailing father who never connected with his children, where this is just like nice and pleasant. And there are like emotional beats and stuff like that, but it's not like anything that's too like, it's never heavy. Like the heaviest stuff is, well, I won't even spoil it for you in case you want to watch it, but yeah, I really, really enjoyed this movie.
Cool.
So A plus, I loved it.
Wow.
Cinema Paradiso, after 37 years or whatever it's been. I can't do math. It holds up.
All right, well, let's get to our main topic.
Let's do it.
So our main topic this week is Alien Earth Season 1. Came to a close just a few days ago, and I'd say the general consensus is bad, and I'd agree with them. I don't think this show is very good. I think Predator is on the uptick, Alien is on the downtick. Others would say differently, but this did not do it for me.
Yeah, I pretty much stuck with the show for you.
Oh, thanks.
And I was like, I already put 2 episodes in. I mean, let me see how episode 3 goes. It like just held my attention enough to where I was like, I'm praying that they stick the landing in some way. Because by episode 4, or after episode 4, I think I was like playing my Switch like as I'm watching. I just, like didn't really care all that much.
Yeah.
The first episode or 2 I was like kind of into because I was like, wow, this is shot really well. It looks really good. Like an alien let loose or a xenomorph let loose in a tower. Like, oh, that's kind of fun.
Yeah.
And the soldiers coming in, and I was like, oh, what are these mystery aliens? Like, what's their whole thing? And then the rest of the season went on, and I just didn't care about any character or any plot line that was happening. And it just seems like, and maybe you can, I'm sure you were paying more attention than me, but you had Timothy Oliphant's character who seemed to have his own thing going on, but whatever that thing was, don't know what that ultimately led to, except a broken spine, and he's okay. Boy Cavalier was excited to like make these, like his whole thing was these new human brains in
the synthetic or the hybrids.
They're the new evolution. I'm hoping to have a intelligent conversation with one someday because no one's smarter than me. And then he ends up living, and then they go off and fuck off, and it's like, okay, well, like what that's it.
Yeah,
we got. The only person who seems to really die in the show is one robot kid who none of us really cared about.
Yep.
And then one scientist who was like the nicest guy.
The nicest guy, yeah.
So like, of course he was going to go. So it never, like, we were all waiting for the xenomorph to like finally go after Boy Cavalier, Utani, like you'd sneak out into the actual world and do something. But it's just like, nope, tune in next time for, now that the season's over, like a show no one cares about.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't get what this was all for, if not just to be like a tease for the next season.
Yes.
That being said, all the new alien creatures, I like that they included something else other than a xenomorph. I mean, it's kind of hard to top the xenomorph because it's such a distinct, arguably the greatest alien ever put to film. Where like all these aliens were like, this is the plant alien, this is the
bug one, this is the other bug one,
this is the mosquito one, this is the, what if a squid was like just an eyeball, and like you had this whole like separate plot line with the eyeball one, and I was like, and it was like such a cool idea of just like goes into your eyeball and can like take over your body, whatever. I'm into it. And it's like, oh, it's the smartest of the group.
Yeah.
But then nothing happens.
Yeah.
It's just like, tune in next time.
You're expecting that talk of, I want to have a conversation with someone as smart or smarter than me would be, which, okay, I listened to the podcast after every episode. Not a great podcast. Kind of pretentious. They kept calling it the image.
The image?
Yeah, the eyeball alien. The image. EIY. No, EYEMIDGE.
Yeah. I saw on Reddit it was
called
it like
Teocellus.
Teocellus, yeah.
And that's what I've been hearing other people. But it's like, okay, everyone's calling it Teocellus. I don't think they mentioned that word in the show. But I have the creator of this show on this podcast calling it the iMidge. So where the fuck is Tio Sellas coming from? But regardless. So this is your person that Boy Cavalier is going to talk to. And it's going to be this amazing sort of thing. The eye's going to jump out of whoever it's in, go into Boy Cavalier, and super smart alien and the smartest boy. What's that going to lead to? And then that's where you leave your cliffhanger. But we don't even get that talk because they say, no, Boy Cavalier finally got to have his conversation, and it's with Wendy. No, that conversation was like she got the better hand. She's one-upped him. But was their conversation really all that amazing? I don't think so. Fuck.
Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it wasn't about like necessarily. We're not going to show that conversation because you could argue, well, this is a conversation that we as writers of the show can't actually have or show because it would all be underwhelming to the watcher. So it's like it'd be a conversation that they would have in private, and then you'd be like, "Finally, I've had my conversation. Thank you." Bullet to the head. No, just
that would be. Ooh.
I know that would be fucking annoying. I'm just saying, like, you can make that argument where it's never about the conversation. It's like, oh, this thing, it can speak to aliens. It's advancing faster. Like, the conversation is irrelevant now because I know I've created the super beam or whatever, because it's all about his ego and stuff. It's not, I don't necessarily, you could make the argument where like he doesn't actually care about any conversation. He just wants to prove that like he created the next stage of evolution, like the thing that's better than anything anyone else will ever make. You could say that. I don't know. But I just wish I cared about any of these characters.
Yeah.
I'm a character guy. It's just like all the adults are fucking assholes. All the kids are kind of annoying
and stupid.
And it's just and you have the one girl who is having a mental breakdown, and then she seemed kind of evil, but then joined the team at the end.
But still has violent tendencies.
But it's just like so she didn't really go anywhere. You had the two boys. Like his whole thing was getting a human for the one arm Mallow, yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah,
Mallow guy, who I would say is the best character in the show.
I like Timothy Oliphant, and I like their dynamic, but that's about it.
Yeah, this is the first time I think I've seen this actor in anything. I think he's great. And I was like, put him in more stuff. I think he's fucking awesome in this show.
He probably has a huge career, and he's just one of that guy.
Or he'll have a huge career after this. Because he's definitely the standout. Him and Timothy Oliphant, who's like definitely the biggest name on the show. Yes. But like it's kind of just more or less a background character because he doesn't say a lot, but he like holds your attention because you're like, oh, he's up to something.
Yeah.
But what the fuck was he up to this whole time?
Yeah, he's watching bad things go down on the monitor. He knows that Mallow's talking to the kid, and I think it's like he's calm, cool, and collected because he knows he can get out of it. It's not a oh crap, we need to shut it all down. Like okay, well if they take this body that has a face hugger on it out of here, well, I can just now send my guys to apprehend him. I think he's just a step ahead and just kind of more fascinated in how it's all playing out.
Yeah, it just seemed like the whole show was kind of under the idea like, oh, he doesn't actually care about Boy Cavalier or whatever. It's like, but he's a robot who's programmed to, I guess, defend him and do everything he says. But like, I don't know. I was just waiting for him to do something in the finale.
I'm actually a Utani robot, and I'm here to... And it's like, me and Mallow, we've been friends the whole time. But then you couldn't have that elevator scene where they're like, I'm going to fucking kill you. Not if I kill you first. Okay, so what do you want? Do you want to talk about character, story, or monsters first?
You talk about one, and I'll just react. I think you're more into it than I am.
So I would say this season is 2 seasons that got crammed into one. They're like, no, we are not going to give you 16 episodes. We are going to give you 8, and you better make it work. Because really the show should be 2 different stories. The people bringing the aliens home, and then the robots on the island. And we can spend some time with the crew on the ship, spend some time with these young kids, and how they are adapting to being robots. And Boy Cavalier could actually be learning from him and not just sending him off into a battle zone instantly. And we take our time to learn. And then in the last 2 episodes, that's when you have the ship crash and you end it on them wheeling in all the specimens. Now they have them. Now aliens are on Earth. Boom. What's season 2 going to be about? having characters like Nims think she's pregnant. Like, oh, that's an interesting thing. This child who has trauma from her past is now in an adult body, almost killed by an alien. Like, she was too young to go through this. Some of the other ones are a bit older. Her brain can't handle it. That's an interesting take. And then being able to just wipe their memories. Okay, so they wipe her memories. The first person that she wakes up to is a robot going, hey, you remember that alien on that spaceship when we went to that place? And you're like, what are you talking about? You think they would have quarantined her off and had a conversation with all the other robots saying, this bad thing happened. We had to do this.
That was a weird choice.
This facility has like 7 people in it. A couple of guards and a couple scientists. You see a bunch of guards get killed by an alien, but it's always like the guy just doing the hose thing in the hallways. It's like so bereft of anybody.
Yeah, you're one of 5 companies that runs the world, and you have your robot and then a child as his science assistant, and no other scientist going in there. The only other 2 scientists on the island are there just solely to like monitor the hybrids.
Mm-hmm.
So you have 2 scientists working on hybrids. I mean, that maybe would be this whole island was 4 initially. Like, that's all we're working on, and then we just happened to steal some aliens, so now this is like what we're doing now. Like, they didn't have. I mean, I get it where it's just like, well, we can trust the synthetic. We can't trust people if aliens are here. They're going to get out. But like, whatever. I don't care enough.
So like we have these 2 interesting stories. Like episode 5 is them on the ship. All the aliens break out, and it goes awry. You know, a ship filled with morons. A doctor who eats in the lab and is distracted enough that a bug can get out. And like, what's the design of these things that a bug could stick its hand through a thing and unlatch something? Terrible design. And you know, then the doctor, hey, these tick things, let's pull them off, and then gasses everybody. Just like everybody in this show is so fucking dumb. Even the super smart robots who could read a library in a second because it's all just computerized data and stuff. You would think you would see them getting smarter and smarter and learning and realizing they're in a weird situation, but it moves too quickly for you to build up on anything.
At this point, it's like, it seems, why send human beings into space at all? Just send synthetics.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about them aging or fucking up. They're only going to do it.
No one's going to rat you out.
You don't have to feel emotional about like, oh, I need to go there and save my buddy. You're just like, nope, it's a robot. Who cares? Close the door, kill the alien, whatever.
And I like the bigger world of the, like, we see Boy Cavalier and Weyland-Yutani, and there's 3 other companies, and they don't even talk about them. Like, we don't see any representation for them, and we see Yutani, and like, it'd be a chance to kind of flesh out this world a bit more, and having them a council all together and talking. Like, I'm interested in this world.
It's called Alien Earth, and I get like, well, it's because the aliens are on Earth. But like, can't we see Earth? You know, like, what is...
We see, like, Taiwan, or was it New Saigon, I think is what they called it, or...
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. If the season was stretched out, or just the world... I don't know. I think I would have enjoyed a little bit more of, like, well, what's the world look like in 2121, or whatever it's set in? And, like, how do these 5 companies rise to power? Why do they hold other... Like, what is the world... What is it like now? I don't know. It's like, oh, look, the skyscrapers are a little bit bigger, and there's some flying cars and stuff, I guess. But it's like...
After seeing how everything panned out, I kind of almost wish it was just, there's an alien in this building, and we're going floor to floor catching it.
Because the raid, but with...
Yeah, exactly. So then, like, okay, we got these new aliens. We got 4 new aliens to go with the xenomorph. Let's get some cool ideas. Ooh, an eyeball with tentacles that pulls your eye out and goes into your body and takes over. Okay, you know, another thing that gets inside your body. Kind of like, you know, the face hugger does that, you know, but and you die after it gets in you, but at least it's different. It takes control over you, and it can think. That's cool. Okay, what's the next one? The ticks. Okay, it's something and it sucks all your blood. Okay, little different. But they also get inside you, and if you try to remove them, they have a defense mechanism that kills you. Oh, kind of like the acid blood? Okay, you know, not super original, but whatever. Okay, now we got the fly. What does it do? Oh, it spits acid. Okay,
It digests on
it's
the outside.
it spits up so everything melts and then it can suck it all up and that's how it digests. Okay, cool. We have an alien that the synths can be afraid of. They're not afraid of the xenomorph. They're not afraid of any of the other ones. This is one that could be scared of. Cool. That you could really build on that. Let's not. Let's just have the dumbest robot. Ooh, okay. He busts the door open off the feeding door. Oh, I can't put it in because it'll open. So let me open up the door and get my whole ass body in there only to like lose it because the image fucks with you and you're locked in. You've never like had to open up a door, throw a thing of food in for like a feral cat or anything. Like why does your whole body have to go in like, oh, let me go in ass first and use all my elbows and knees to hold this door open? Like, I'm glad you died. That is the dumbest thing. And if that door broke and you're afraid of something getting out, sorry, I couldn't feed this thing the one time. I waited until my supervisors got back. Yeah. I know they're kids.
They'll be back in like 2 hours.
Yeah.
It's like, I imagine, like, yeah, you're on a feeding schedule, you're a kid, you don't want to disappoint dad.
Sure.
And kids do stupid stuff all the time. I could see him getting himself locked in there.
Sure.
Like, it all tracks, but it's just still one of those things of just, like, I can believe that those events would occur.
Sure.
But as a person who's watching a show, it's very frustrating to watch, regardless.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe that's the point, but either way.
And then we get the last alien, and it's like, oh, it's the tulip. And what does it do? You don't know anything until the last 5 minutes where it's walking around like
I thought that was
a bat. It's cool, but like let's see it in action more. And it just feels like, what's the point of having all these aliens if you're not going to really do anything with them?
Yeah, they spent 8 episodes essentially in a cage, and then the last episode you kind of really got them. And it's like, but by then it's too late. And then, so if there is a second season, are we going to see more? It just feels like I don't know enough about Alien lore, but obviously none of this stuff is like talked about in the other movies or TV. So it's like whatever these aliens do, I don't think it seems to have any like real long-term effects on the story. So they all have to get killed off, or like they're alive but they're in some Yutani like prison cell, like being experimented on or whatever. And they're like, oh, maybe we'll use this in 2745 whenever Alien Resurrection takes place.
I think it's like 23 something.
Yeah, or whatever. It just...
Yeah, it's a stupid thing that if you're trying to stay in canon with everything else, everybody's going to have to die. All these robots are going to be destroyed. All the research has to be gone, and it can't go any further. Yeah. So season 2 is just Yutani storming the island. The alien kills more guys with guns. That eyeball will get into someone, probably Boy Cavalier, and then they have to nuke the site from orbit. Yep. And then it's done. I'm so uninvested now, and especially the very end. Like, you got the cool robots and like, now we rule. What do you mean? Like, the world? Are you planning on world domination, or are you just going to rule the island? Like, it is such a little kid thing. Like, I got to think of something cool to say, and it's just fucking stupid.
Yeah, I mean, if she's advancing so fast, and like that's the end game, like maybe there's a version of this where like Wendy does sort of, because has the internet in her brain or whatever, and like she takes over 3 of the 5 companies, so then there's just Wayland and Yutani. That's why they have to merge to try and like combat her in some way.
I mean, I think they're already merged. I think it is just Wayland Yutani already.
Then why are they like hate each other and go into board meetings to like discuss?
He's not Wayland. He's like Prodigy or something.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's Wayland Yutani, and it's just Mrs. Yutani is running it. We don't see any Wayland.
Yeah. Okay, got it.
Because Guy Pearce is, on a spaceship.
For me. I don't know. There could be. I'm sure there is stuff you could do with this show. It's just I wish I liked anybody on it. Back to the aliens. So the one alien we didn't really talk about that much is the Xenomorph, who just does more Xenomorph stuff. Yeah. There's not really a lot you can do. It's just the famous killing machine.
Yep.
The big thing is like, she can talk to it.
Yep.
And it's now like an attack dog, which,
it's an interesting take.
It's something new.
But she called it from a cell, and it went through all the pipes into the jungle, and it heard that? Or are we supposed to assume that it echoed all the way, or is it just like at such a high frequency he's picking it up?
Or is it like, she's like doing the voice, but it's more like a...
Yeah, we hear
psionic connection
sure.
thing, and that's just how the show is like kind of
But they
going.
talk about it as like your voice box is just a speaker, so you can just use it. So
That's true.
it's like it. No, it seems like she is actually vocalizing something that it's hearing,
Yeah, yeah.
and then it's a little baby, which I think that baby should have grown up by now. It's hours that it goes from chest burster to full grown.
Yeah.
But speaking of the alien, I think it didn't look great in the sunlight. The alien is meant to be hidden in shadow, fast, but it killing all those guys in the jungle looked like a guy in a suit.
I mean, at least it was like practical effects.
Yeah.
I think like there were plenty of times I was watching the show. I was like, you know what, the alien I think looks pretty good. But I get what you're saying. It's my thing is like it's been a while since I've seen aliens, but the whole thing about aliens was, oh, there's a bunch of them, and they have guns that mow them down.
Mm-hmm.
Easy enough. It just seems like I understand that this thing is a creature they've never dealt before, and maybe they're trying to like spare it so they can test on it. But at the same time, it's just I don't feel like it's just to be able to like kill 50 trained soldiers instantly without any
Mm-hmm.
like real challenge or take a hit or anything. But whatever,
And
it's
and it
fine.
does take a hit. It like sneaks up on the scientist lady when she's at the graves, doesn't kill her,
Sure,
and then
it does have some intelligence, but like when
sure.
it's just like at some points it's just like running
Yeah,
at
it's just a
things. It's just
running whirlwind of razor blades, and but it's like it gets up to her and they shoot at it, and it just kind of like ricochets off the alien, and there's
okay,
no bullet holes or anything. Like, are they using stun bullets to not kill it?
yeah,
That I
because obviously like Utani wants them, so I imagine her
sure,
mission is like
but these are boy Cavaliers people who are shooting at it.
sure. I totally check out.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So I kind of hate everything. I think it's ugly at times. Like quality wise, the sets look good. A lot of the special effects and practical effects look good. I don't like the design of the xenomorph, but it's fine. Um, it just made me so frustrated every episode. And the thing that annoys me the most, what is up with all the overlays? It's like fading
hmm,
into a thing, into another thing, and this on top. Ooh, she just saw the graves. Let's show it again of her looking like it feels amateurish.
sure.
Like we don't know how to stitch these scenes together, so let's just play some music and we'll just fade in and out of different shots and overlay them on top of each other. Like I really liked the intros. They never did a previously on. It
Hmm.
was always in within the intro. You got a little bit of backstory most of the time, as it's like circling over a body, the alien body. There is one where it's at the beach and there's looks like a face or something in the sand. I'm not quite sure what's going on. I thought those were edited really well. I like the hard cut to some rock song at the end, but within the episode, it's just the overlaid images got so annoying, and it would be like 6 images on top of another, and it felt cheap, lazy.
Yeah. What did you think of Wendy's brother?
I like he's in a bunch of stuff that I like. I don't like that guy. I don't like looking at his face. Ever since Black Mirror, it's like, oh, he's a secret pedophile. Okay, I see it. And then he's like you're what was the end of the fucking world, or what was the show with like him and the annoying girl and all they did was fuck and get pissed at things. It was a Netflix show.
Yeah, I think that's the yeah
It,
friend at the end of something or
yeah,
thinking of is
whatever it was,
yeah
I didn't like that show either. I found them very obnoxious. I just there's something about him, and then his constant insistence of we're going to get out of here. Oh, I got a secret boat number, and we're going to just zip away. Like, you are not leaving this island unless they want you to. Be
yeah
happy they have not murdered you to keep you quiet. You're not getting her off the islands. Like, knock it off with that. It's a foolhardy thing.
yeah. Well, it just seems like such a weird thing of like he thinks he can get away, and I mean maybe it's just like I can't just sit here and do nothing, so I have to try and get off the island, which I get because like clearly there's some fucked up shit going on here.
Yeah.
Um, but it just seems like if he has arguably the most money in the world And there's this island that he has, which you would think is like that has not only his like greatest invention, but also the greatest discovery humankind has ever seen on Earth on this island. This thing would be loaded with security. And
Yeah.
yeah, there's a bunch of like soldiers and stuff, but it just seems like so easy to like he got to the boat relatively with no problem.
Yeah, I know shit was going down at the time, but
there's some chaos going on, but like every door should have 5 different passcodes.
Yeah.
And
he can't get into the jungle.
Yeah, there's no way these kids, with all their powers and technology, could get. I mean, maybe Wendy can,
Sure.
you can like tap into the TV screens or whatever. So like that's how you write your way out of these scenarios. But it just should just like you can go 10 fucking feet in this facility without his goddamn approval or something. But I don't know. It's TV, baby.
I know.
Who cares?
But I would have liked them to like. So like she does her little TV thing when she's watching her brother watch Ice Age, and they're like, whoa, what is she doing? Can she do that? Whoa, that's crazy. And then completely forget about it. So when she just like unlocks the door, they're like, whoa, what is she doing? How did she control? Just a couple of days ago, she was controlling the TV. Like, did you not follow up on that?
Well, but back to the brother. Like, yeah, she's watching her brother and she knows her brother thought she died, and it just seems like it's like, oh, he's my only family. He's all I have. I love him. Like, I need to find my brother. Then they find each other, and it's like this nice emotional reunion. It's like, wow, my sister's not dead. This is so great. And then the rest of the season is just like, hey, we should leave. No, we shouldn't. It never seemed like they like really gave a fuck about each other after that point. Like, obviously, like it seemed like he cared more than she did, but obviously she's on another plane of existence where he's just like, you're my little sister. I need to take care of you. But you're also super strong, super fast, and smarter than me. But it's just like they weren't enjoyable to watch together.
No.
After like they met, and so like that's your emotional core of the show, and you're doing nothing with it.
Yep.
It's just I'm trying to save you. It's like, well, I don't need saving, but like everyone is in danger here. It's like, well, yeah, but I have a pet alien that kills everybody. It's like, you're a child who's killing everybody because like. You can now?
Yeah.
That's, like,
she has no remorse for anybody on that island.
She doesn't seem to think anything of, like, death. Or, like, you had the 2 boys who were, like, definitely the most childlike, who, like, they felt bad about the things that they were doing, which makes sense. But as viewers, you're like, well, they're also kind of annoying because I'm watching adults pretend to be children. And, Nim's storyline that didn't go anywhere. Wendy was, like, okay, I guess, but she was the lead of the show, but her character did nothing for me. And there was the other girl who was jealous of.
Yeah.
But like
they don't do it. There's not enough time to build with any of these guys. No
one has any real relationships.
One of them dies, and you don't care because you barely even know his name. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, you have the
hiccups.
You have the 2 scientists that are married, which I don't think you find out till like episode 6 or something like that, which is like, oh, okay. But like, she ends up betraying him. Is like, I'll erase the little girl's memory, and he's against it because he's more moral than she is, or whatever. But like, he dies away from her, and then like they have no emotional like real like breakup or togetherness. Or it's just like, oh, I'm sorry. You were right, I shouldn't have erased that girl's memory or something, and then she sees him die. It's just like, oh, we'll see what happens to them next
season.
It's like,
everything is... Now it's saying my glucose is too high. Thanks.
Working yourself up.
Yeah, look at the...
Up to 300.
302, yeah. They didn't get a chance to do anything because, like, you're fired... He goes away and then eventually dies. She still thinks he's alive on a boat going back home. So there's a reckoning with that for sure. But we gotta wait for a maybe season 2 in 2028, you know?
And so, like, by the end of this, who's the good guy? Is there a good guy? Are we rooting for anybody?
Yeah.
Are we rooting against all of them? Because, like, you have Boy Cavalier who, pretty much from the jump, you're like, oh, well, he's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
And then you have Yutani who's, like, in the background. She seems cool, but at the same time is like, well, I'm going to kill anyone that I have to get control of these aliens for whatever means I want to use them for, which we don't really know. I mean, it was her ship or whatever. And we have like Morrow or whatever his name is, like willing to manipulate children to complete his mission. Who, like, I thought he was sent the whole time. I didn't realize he was just a human with like an arm.
He's a cyborg.
He's a cyborg, yeah. Whose daughter died 50 years ago or whatever. But
don't go into space and leave a daughter behind. They're just gonna die.
Or they're gonna invent interstellar travel or whatever.
Sure, yeah.
Thanks, McConaughey. But yeah, and then so it's like, is Utani the bad guy? Is Boy Cavalier the bad guy? Is Wayne the bad guy? Because now she controls aliens and murders people. Like, are the hybrids the villains? Because like now that they are more advanced than humankind,
and are they losing their humanity, and are they more machine than human?
It's like, what is the overall message of the show other than like, don't bring aliens to Earth?
Yeah,
I don't know. Fuck this show.
Yeah. One thing I did like in the last episode was Boy Cavalier giving a little backstory about like, oh, my dad was a piece of shit, so I built my own synth. It killed him, and he just pretended to be my dad so I can like move up in the ranks at 6 years old. Like, okay, that's cool. That would have been a great episode to start as a flashback, and you don't know what's going on.
Was that old guy number 2?
That's and I'm sure he's just been upgraded over time. But yeah, I didn't catch that. I saw people online going like, oh, I knew he was a synth. I'm like, no, you didn't. Shut up. But I do like that she was able to control even him. Yeah, that's an interesting thing. But we don't have enough time with any of this.
But then you feel like, oh, this is the big fight. It's cyborg versus hybrid or synth versus hybrid. Who'll win? And then it's like, nope, you have no power over me. Goodbye. But like, he doesn't die. He just lays there in stunned silence or whatever. It's like, no one fucking dies in the show except for 2 people we didn't care about.
Yeah, I mean, a couple of guards got ripped apart. Well,
no one cares about the guards.
I know, but Nims rips that guy's jaw off. That was pretty fucked up. Nasty. Yeah, this is just a huge letdown, and I don't care about season 2.
Yeah, it's a super long, drawn-out prologue to season 2, which because of this, I don't think I'll watch season 2 unless the entire season comes out and everyone's like, guys, look, we heard complaints about season 1. Season 2 is the fucking shit. Maybe, but yeah, I'm out.
Yeah, and we don't have to worry about it because it'll take forever. It hasn't been greenlit yet, so they haven't even started any sort of writing production of any kind. So yeah, 2028 would be the earliest that this would come out.
I never saw any of Fargo.
That's crazy. That's like some of the best TV.
I know, I'm sorry. And I didn't watch Legion, which I know you also really love.
Yeah.
So, but like this, Noah Hawley's got like a good resume of like really amazing shit that he like wrote and created and stuff.
Yeah.
And so like from that alone, I'd be like, okay, like I'll check out Alien. It's gotta be good.
Yeah. And it just isn't, and that's
and
shocking.
There are smarter people than us who can like, who maybe wrote, or if he came over here and described like why they made these choices. But I mean, you were listening to the podcast, which
like there was like, oh, so why did you end it that way? Well, how else am I going to get a season 2? like so you may still not get a season 2, and then you just end on this note.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I worked myself up.
Yeah. All right. Let's be done with this.
Now, to everyone who worked in the show, good job.
Good job. Congratulations.
Congratulations. You all did wonderful. Just the show's not very good.
Yeah.
But you should be commended for being talented people who got the work and who created something.
Yeah. It all starts with the writing, and the writing was bad, and you had some great sets and practical effects and digital effects, but that writing is bad. Yeah. Bad foundation. I do like Sydney Chandler. Just found out it's Kyle Chandler's daughter. Another fucking Nepo baby. Here we go. But
is that Wendy?
Yeah, that's Wendy. Okay. Yeah. So, first we had the long walk with Hoffman's kid, and now Chandler's daughter.
Yeah, but I mean, if anyone is gonna be a Nepo baby, why not from one of the greatest actors?
Kyle Chandler?
No.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say. Okay.
Also, like we did, Philip went out too early, so this is the next best thing.
Yeah, it's sad that we lost Philip Seymour Hoffman. If he died in a car accident, but he was a heroin addict and he killed himself. So it's harder to feel sad for someone who it easily could have been prevented. Anton Yelchin got crushed by his own car. That fucking sucks. What a crazy accident. Oh, you were a drug addict and you overdosed on your thing. That sucks, but like you should have seen this coming. Like it's not as it's tragic still, but it's not as sad because
I wasn't talking about the level of sadness. I was talking about the level of missed opportunity of what
sure,
we could have seen. That's what I
yeah.
was talking about. Jesus Christ.
All right, let's be done.
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
Jesus Christ.
So what's next week? Is it Tron? I think it's Tron.
Is it Tron?
I think so. The third.
Well, I'm sure I'll see one battle after another by then.
Yeah, I didn't bring it up specifically because I figured, he's gonna see this. We'll talk about it next week.
Is it the Smashing Machine?
Oh, is it Tron and Smashing Machine?
Let me see.
Because I think Tron's the third.
Friday, Avatar: The Way of Water re-release.
Ooh.
We have Bone Lake.
Ooh, I want to see that.
Good Boy.
Good Boy.
That's the horror movie from the perspective of the dog.
Oh, okay. I could see us not getting that or limited times.
The Smashing Machine.
Oh, okay.
No. If Tron's out, we're not getting it. So I don't think Tron's
So
out.
Tron must be the week after.
So,
okay.
Yeah,
Smashing Machine.
Smashing Machine is the thing we're probably going to care about the most.
Okay.
But
well,
I'm willing to. I doubt I would have time to see 3 movies, but I'd be willing to see Good Boy and Bone Lake.
Okay.
But yeah, Smashing Machines, the release. Although it's only got 4 showings, but you know what? It does have 15 showings. Taylor Swift, the official release party of her new album.
Wow. All right. Well, if you want to get in contact with us, we are at WRPLpodcast@gmail.com. We're on Instagram, Threads, TikTok, Blue Sky. We may not be on TikTok very much longer. It is going away and being bought by big evil corporations, and it's going to become MAGA talk. So we will probably just be off of that app completely because fuck those people. As always, I'm Ben.
And I'm Steve.
And keep consuming.